why would there not be a digital alternative to gold? I like to separate Bitcoin from other digital assets.
Okay.
But certainly...
Can you just clarify? I
I'll
what you
explain.
said, but yeah.
But so first of all, because I look at Bitcoin as sort of digital gold. I'm not the only one who looks at it that way.
Okay.
I just think the market looks at it that way. And so
Is
why?
Is
because
it the right thing to do?
Because the supply of Bitcoin is basically limited by its formula. Okay. And effectively the amount of gold that is limited by mining realities. There's only so much in the world, but gold lasts forever.
Yeah.
Right, which is what makes it unique and something like money. And in 2017, Bitcoin was $3,000 a token.
Yeah.
It's gone up a lot since then. But I said, listen, a lot of our investors seem to be. Our gold investors are looking at this thing called Bitcoin. I was obviously aware of the technology. Is this something where you can, does it meet all the tests of will supply be limited? Is this thing likely to, be a competitor, some kind of investor alternative for gold? And I reached that conclusion. So I think that you see that the enthusiasm for Bitcoin is global at this point and continuing to increase. It's still got a ways to go.
Okay.
Frankly, I think there's a lot of banks in the U.S. that are haven't quite embraced it, but partially for regulatory reasons. So there's still a ways to go in its adoption.
Okay, that was what I was going to ask you when you said there's a ways to go. Certainly, my mind was thinking you're talking about price, but you're really talking about adoption, infrastructure.
Both.
Interesting.
So long term, listen, I just think it's sort of like in the United States, and I'm sure in Vietnam, right? Why wouldn't you watch a movie on Netflix, right, or whatever on TV, on your phone?
Yeah.
Right. That's how people do stuff digitally.
Yeah.
So why would there not be a digital alternative to gold? It's just sort of that simple, I think. And then the other thing is, I just say, well, I think it's normal for, Bitcoin to reach half the value of gold eventually, which would be something like $400,000 a token. So that's kind of my general long-term price.
Okay.
I just think it's common sense. Like, I just don't think it's that provocative. And so, yes, Bitcoin does go through cycles. Every 4 years there's the amount of new Bitcoin that comes onto the market. I'm going to oversimplify it.
Yeah.
They call it the halvening cycle, goes down by half. That typically, there's some investing cycle. So the way it would work out is that prices go up 23, 24, and 25. Who knows if it repeats? But then Bitcoin does go down 80% in its corrections. I hope it doesn't go down this much this time, but that would be next year. And so, again, we don't know if that kind of history will exactly repeat, but that would be kind of my expectation that it could probably hit additional all-time highs in 2025, right? It peaked at about 110,000. And then maybe next year there would be a correction.